Alright, we have 200 euros to run Starfield. What are we doing? Only 200 euros? How could I run it with a 200 euro PC? Well, I got this bad boy as a starting base. How did I get it? Well, I sold a Ryzen 5 5500 and 3060 Ti PC to some guy and got offered his old PC as a trade-in. He wasn't really sure about the components he had specifically.
You know something. Tell me what you know.
Chair, what I know, I don't remember. That's the bottom line.
Only that there was a GTX 970 inside. If the stickers are not lying, there should be a 6th or 7th gen Intel i5 inside. So I offered the guy 150 euros, which I thought was a reasonable price given the fact that I will need to replace at least a case for 40 euros. Because if we leave the case looking like that, no one is going to buy this thing from me afterwards. This is a sad reality actually, because if the PC doesn't have RGB, it doesn't get almost any traction on the market. Anyways, the guy agreed, we shook hands and parted ways. The problem is that I haven't even opened the PC to figure out the exact parts. At the moment of purchase, I could see a beefy cooler through the plastic cover, which is a good sign, but it's always like that for me. This will either be the best PC for 150 euros in the world or the worst case of up-badging known to mankind. It's never in between. Opening up the side panel for the first time was made more simple by the missing screw. I didn't notice at all when buying, but we can see that it was a really solid build at some point. High-end Crucial Ballistics RAM, ASRock Fatality motherboard, Corsair RM650X. Isn't that PSU alone worth like 80 bucks or something? Anyways, let's get this thing on and see what's actually inside. But I can't turn this thing on just yet, cause
ew, that shit nasty, all that stuff. Man, shut the fuck.
What the heck? And now let's boot it up for the first time and see if I got scammed. Well, it's great that we have a Z170 motherboard and an overclockable i5, which was overclocked to 4.2 GHz by the previous owner, so we'll leave it like that. But come on, I didn't expect it to have 8 GB of RAM. Like, you spent on overkill parts and got only 8 gigs of RAM? Bro!
You're ruining it! Ruining!
You know, 99% of gamblers quit before hitting it big, so it won't stop me from buying mystery PCs in the future. Let's test the game now. And Starfield didn't even want to launch with 8 gigs of RAM, but I didn't give up. I restarted the PC and boom, it was all it needed to produce the ultra crisp 33 FPS. Well, yeah. I mean, on 1080p low settings with FSR 2.0 and everything, it's not that bad, I guess. It's a 4 GB graphics card after all. To be fair, I was expecting something worse and the game was sorta playable, but it was clear that our PC needed an upgrade. After all, we got ourselves a 50 euro budget remaining, so I got to work. First of all, we need more RAM, clearly. So I got these two 4 GB sticks of Samsung RAM for 10 euros. A new GPU would also be nice, but
I'm from the FBI.
FBI?
Financially broke individual.
there's no way we are affording anything decent for 40 euros. Not if I sell this 970 though. I posted an ad for sale asking 60 euros, but after zero interest in it and a couple of comments calling me a YouTube friendly words for asking too much, I finally managed to get a buyer for the card and he gave me 45 euros and seemed happy with it, so I'm guessing why? Now that the sound is off on my phone, this left us with 85 euros to spend for a graphics card. I was looking for various options and trying to lowball way too many people for something like an RX 5700 or RTX 2060, but then my bro rushed into my room out of nowhere.
Bro, you won't believe this. I found a GTX 1070 for only 85 euros. So we got this Asus
dual GTX 1070 OC variant for exactly 85 euros. Was this an X mining GPU? Probably, but
We do not care.
after installing the upgrades, let's see how this budget monster performs. And the PC wouldn't post. I tried reseating the RAM, which didn't help by the way, so I whipped out my air compressor once again and cleaned the PCI Express slot thoroughly. Not gonna lie, it was full of some sort of radioactive waste or something. I'm honestly sad that people neglect their PCs to this point. Now, how did the Starfield perform? Well, obviously much smoother, but I'm noticing a strange anomaly here. The CPU is only running on 3 cores, with core number 2 just chilling just before the game crashed. And this is true not only to the Starfield, but take a look at Cinebench R23. I have to fix this. After a quick restart, all 4 cores now got into action, but I encountered another problem: massive stutters. After another PC reboot, same story. Core number 2 just decided to stop working. I've tried looking for fixes on the internet, but no one seems to have experienced this issue. I updated the BIOS to the latest version, enabled all cores on msconfig, but 10 seconds after the boot, core number 2 just goes idle. I've spent half a day looking for solutions and tweaking various settings both in BIOS and Windows, but nothing seems to have helped. As a last resort, I just overclocked the CPU to 4.6 GHz, put the GPU to plus 100 on memory and 50 on the core, and just ran the game. I got these benchmark results on 1080p lowest settings with FSR 2.0 on, but I'm really not happy about the results because we're essentially running a 3-core CPU here. It's not AMD FX or something. I posted this issue on PC Master Race Reddit, so if anyone will come up with something like groundbreaking to fix this, I'll update the video. But now seems that we're stuck here. Now, speaking on the other topic, you might ask, why didn't you go for an RX 580 or 590? Cause AMD cards are optimized much better in Starfield and it would have given more FPS? Well, this is a valid point, but in other 9 games out of 10, GTX 1070 would just outperform the 580 as it is a more powerful GPU at the end of the day. No way would someone build a PC just to run Starfield and just sell it afterwards, right? So this video was a slight failure because of the CPU malfunction, but it was fun to make. And shout out to my man Augustus for reaching out to me and making this cool piece of art. Changing the profile pic at least once a year is a welcome change, I guess. If you would like to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. Cheap bastard out.
张牙舞爪，健身操。